hi there. I wanted to share a really exciting thing that's happening right now in our yard. So I don't know if you've ever heard of wild ramps, but they're an allium in the kind of, onion clan. And they grow in the wild mountains around here. Like, you can go wild harvest them, they're food, and some people plant them in their garden also. And so we've planted some here in this kind of, they're an ephemeral, so that means that they come out in the early spring before the leaves have trees. Before the trees have leaves on them. And they soak up the sunlight, and then they put that energy into their roots to come back again next year. And so we have planted some here in this little patch of forest that we have in our land. It's small, there's probably like 15 trees in here. So it's this tiny little forest, and it's still spring, so the trees, as you can see, don't have any leaves on them yet. Barely at all. And I was just walking by and I noticed that the ramps are popping up. That's them there. That's them. That's them. So we've planted these here. We have a few, enough to kind of have a little celebratory snack on them, but we know that when they come up here that they're starting to come up in the wild mountains around, and we can go wild forage and harvest some. And usually we just go once a year, and then we freeze them into ice cubes, and just take a few and leave the most of them and just have them as a wild food in our lives. So we've planted these here as little indicators to let us know when it's time, because if we drove all the way, it's just the wild mountain place is like an hour drive, and then 2-hour walk, and all that. So we have these here to let us know, so we don't go too early and we don't go too late. So exciting ramps. And you can get them, you can buy bulbs from different plant vendors and stuff that they sell trays of ramps, and you can, plant them out in your yard, and they're really delicious, you eat the leaves and you can also eat the bulb. The bulb is really small, so we mostly just eat the leaves. And we blend it up with olive oil and then put it into ice cube trays so that we can just pop the ice cubes. We put them in a bag, and we can just use one ice cube whenever we need to, and put it in some special pesto, or put it in some pasta, or whatever like that. So celebrate the ramps.